To an interesting story that has come to light. Well, there's a jung against junk food. Government's big fatty snacks alert is now the story that we are addressing, where a warning is now expected for fried desi snacks. Which are these desi snacks? Samosa, jalebi, pav bhaji, all of them. There will be warnings that will be pretty much like what they are for cigarette packs. So if there is a samosa craving, be sure the next time there's also going to be a warning that tells you about the fatty food and what is the kind of trans fats it has and oil content and several others. In fact, the central health institutions like AIIMS Nagpur have been instructed to install signs with oil and sugar health warnings in cafeterias. The health ministry has ordered all central institutions to install these and we're going to try and connect with an expert to know more about this, how this adds up to India's fight against fat that is now becoming a big issue. But let me first rope in my colleague Shreya to talk more on the advisory per se, the objective that the government has in mind. Shreya, now these are desi snacks which are part of every household, isn't it? And you're surrounded by people who I would think are samosa and jalebi lovers. What are they saying about a health warning like this being on the cards?
Well, I'm coming to you live from Nathu's in Bengali market, and you can see I have a plate of jalebis with me, our Indians' favorite guilty pleasure. But now these jalebis can be as harmful as cigarettes. That's what the health ministry has said, and the health ministry has also said that they should put up boards in institutions and schools stating the oil and sugar content of all Indian snacks. Do you think it's easy for people to do away with jalebis and samosas?
No, I don't think so. This has been our culture, and we are very particular about our history. And those samosas and the jalebi are, the ones we can't deprive of.
Right. But we understand that Indians are driven more by their taste buds than what is right for their health. But there's also the rising cases of hypertension, heart diseases and obesity cases. आपको क्या लगता है सर? आपको कितना पसंद है?
ये बहुत अच्छा है और बहुत ही ये हेल्दी है. आप किसी भी हॉस्पिटल में जाइए, आपको हॉस्पिटल के कैंटीन्स में समोसा भी मिलेगी, जलेबी भी मिलेगी और यू विल एंजॉय लाइक एनीथिंग. और हम तो सोच भी नहीं सकते, वी कांट थिंक कि बिना जलेबी के कोई पार्टी हो गई या समोसा के बिना कोई पार्टी हो गई.
सर, प्रोपोर्शन हिसाब करके खाना चाहिए, आपको नहीं लगता?
ये ज़रूर होना चाहिए. ऑयली चीज़ है, थोड़ा सा ऑयली चीज़ को वी शुड अवॉइड. और थोड़ा सा पॉल्यूशन है, थोड़ा ये है, तो थोड़ा तो इसकी क्वांटिटी ऑयल की कम होनी चाहिए. नॉट ऑफ सम जलेबी एंड समोसा, दे आर वेरी क्रिस्पी और यू कैन एंजॉय लाइक करी.
Sir, at this point in time, keeping the humor aside, how important is it for the public to understand the oil and sugar content of what they are eating?
Yeah, it's a great initiative. Honestly speaking, all those jokes aside, it is very good if we can restrict ourselves with less of oil and more of salads or vegetables. And that too, if we are able to do it, I think we're going to be a lot healthier.
बहुत सारे रेस्टोरेंट्स में हम देखते हैं बहुत पुराना ऑयल यूज़ करते हैं, कितना शुगर डाल रहे हमें पता नहीं होता है. एवरी इंडियन स्नैक में कितना प्रोपोर्शन शुगर और ऑयल होना चाहिए, ये आपको नहीं लगता लोगों को पता होना चाहिए?
दिस शुड बी चेक. बहुत ज़रूरी है, ये अवेयरनेस बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. वैसे आप समोसा और जलेबी की बात कर रही हैं और सावन का आज पहला सोमवार है, और मुझे खाना भी नहीं है और मेरा फास्ट है, तो मुझे तो बड़ा वो लग रहा है. लेकिन क्वेश्चन आपका बहुत ही अच्छा है कि वी शुड अवॉइड. हम कौन सा ऑयल यूज़ कर रहे हैं. हमको जलेबी और समोसा पे फोकस ना करके कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ इंग्रेडिएंट्स वी आर यूजिंग और व्हाट टाइप ऑफ ऑयल वी आर यूजिंग, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है इसका.
Very, very important point that you just mentioned, and also plugging in the fact that important physical workout is also absolutely important at this point in time, and considering that India could potentially be the second largest hub of obesity by 2050, it is quite important and urgent for us to wake up from us.
Yeah, for sure. I think some morning healthy routine. If somebody has a time in say morning, nothing like it, but whatever time they can opt out for workouts, whether it's a walk or a gym or whatever it is highly recommended because with the environment we are staying and the intakes because of the mixture of those pollution and everything happening in Delhi, I think I would always be ready to do workouts and which we all do, I think.
आप जब थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा आप छोले भटूरे खा रहे हो, ये मेरा भी बहुत फेवरेट है. छोले भटूरे ऑल्सो हैज़ अ हाई ऑयल कंटेंट. आपको कभी कभार लगता है कि जब ज़्यादा खा लिया थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा हम लोग वर्कआउट कर लेंगे, वॉक कर लेंगे?
जी एकदम लगता है कि आप कुछ भी खा रहे हो तो उसके बाद वर्कआउट थोड़ा सा उसको सेटल करने की ज़रूरत है. आपको कोई भी आप चीज़ जैसे आप मैदा खा रहे हो तो उसमें भी ये मैदा है पूरा इसका बना हुआ है. आप वर्कआउट नहीं करेंगे तो फिर ये तो रह जाएगा ना मैदा, तो आप भी भटूरों की तरह भूलते रहोगे.
And also samosa jalebi के साथ साथ there is also burgers and fries. Don't you think those food items should also be put in the health risk alert list?
देखिए इनिशियली 2-3 चीज़ होती है. जैसे हमारे नर्सिंग होम्स में चले जाइए, हॉस्पिटल्स में चले जाइए और अच्छी जगह भी चले जाइए, वहाँ पे प्रॉपर समोसा जलेबी ये सब का डिस्प्ले रहता है, तो हम उसको हाइजीनिक मानते हैं. रीज़न ये है कि वहीं से आप बंद करिए ना. इनिशियल जो सोर्स है वहाँ से आप इस चीज़ को रेस्ट्रिक्ट करिए और कि ऑयल आइटम की आप नहीं बेच सकते हैं, आप नहीं ये कर सकते हैं, तो आप वहाँ से शुरुआत करिए. ऑटोमेटिक वो चीज़ जीन की तरह से ट्रांसफर हो जाएगी.
Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. I will relish on this jalebi, but at the same time, I will compensate it with some yoga session in the evening. Back to you.
All right, Shreya, thanks for speaking to all those people who are, in fact, savoring those delicacies, and in fact they are very staple diets as far as most Indian households are concerned. Questions have been raised that are very valid. Why only single out Indian snacks? And in more than the snacks per se, it is the ingredients. One should be focusing on palm oil content. One should be focusing on salt content being less, rather than actually going ahead with these labels as far as Indian snacks are concerned. I'm going to try and connect I believe Dr. Shikha Sharma, who's a dietitian, is with us. She's a scientific mentor of Ranford Wellness, joins us on the broadcast. Dr. Sharma, some questions that come to my mind, that why is it that you want to single out a samosa and jalebi? Why not a McDonald's burger? Who knows when was the tikki of the burger actually made? At least one knows that the samosas are fried in front of you. So if anything, they're at least fresh. One can debate about the quality of the oil. At least they are fresh.
So I'll tell you, I'll give you another perspective. So what really happens is that the samosas and jalebi vendors are these people who are not really being trained, or who are not aware of what quality of oil should be used. They are not aware on salt restriction, and they are also they are individual vendors. If something, God forbid, goes wrong, it is very hard to catch hold of an individual vendor versus a big company. A big company, there is a hierarchy, there is a structure, there is a legal entity, and you can
standardization. What you are referring to is the standardization. I'm not referring about any specific company or any specific brand. That isn't the intent. The intent is not to single out a specific brand. But what I'm saying is that there are fast food chains around the world, and many have debated and spoken about the freshness of the ingredients in those restaurants as against the samosas and jalebis that we are debating. So how do we bring about standardization as far as some of these street vendors are concerned? And B, how do we ensure that this broadens to include all junk food?
Yes. So first thing I'll explain to you that FSSAI had started a program of educating the street vendors that what are the pitfalls of reusing fried oil, because most of the street vendors are reusing fried oil, which is carcinogenic. Similarly, this whole education was started and registration was started so that in every education program, these street vendors could be called, invited, and trained. That was the first thing. The second thing, which is also very important, is that when we look at street vendors, they are mostly mobile. So in the sense that it's not a fixed cook or a fixed chef. So the ingredients are the cheapest ingredients that are available in the market. Because of price cutting, because of getting the cheapest ingredient, the quality of ingredient is a big question mark. So if you really see, the palm oil which is brought in is mixed with other substandard oils. Palm oil itself is a problem. Then other substandard oils are a problem. Most of them are without labels. So there are these free oils or oils without labels which are used in these premises. Secondly, the quality of grain, the quality of and salt and sugar is added in large quantities so that the taste buds are titillated. Now, first I would say, whether it's a samosa or a jalebi, which anyway is a very heavily fried item, it is not a daily snack item. In traditional Indian homes, it was a festival or a street food. That means it was not eaten every day. Unfortunately, today, you can order on an app and it can come to you within 10 minutes. So the consumption has skyrocketed, number one. Second thing, the quality of ingredients.
Dr. Sharma, that's the case for every snack and every junk food. It's
Absolutely.
not just a samosa story or a jalebi story. That's the case for every junk food. You can actually get it on your fingertips in about 10 minutes.
Absolutely. So the second thing which I want to highlight is that samosa jalebi is available in all cafeterias everywhere. Even as doctors, when I was studying in Maulana Azad Medical College, our cafeteria guy had no idea. He only used to make samosa and he had gulab jamun and he had a very standard menu at the cheapest rate. So what I'm trying to say is that the problem with samosa jalebi is because it's all over the place. It's something which everybody identifies. It's not that whether it's an Indian snack or a Western snack, that's not important at all. What is important is that even in health centers, even in hospitals, you'll find the same problem. So I think we need to get real. We need to get real because every day you are seeing that there are people coming with heart attacks, sudden cardiac deaths are happening. Every day you are seeing that the scenario has changed.
Right.
Children who used to get diabetes, what was type 1, which was more, a functional disorder, has now, children are getting type 2 diabetes, which is a lifestyle disorder.
Yes,
so
it
what
is.
I'm trying to say is that today we are living in very different times. And what is required is a very intensive and very measured and structured approach to solving this problem.
Absolutely. I'm going to leave it there. Dr. Sharma. You're right about the fact that lifestyle changes have led us towards having problems which were not so common about, let's say, a generation ago. We're putting some of that out for our viewers to know, whether it is in terms of obesity or some of the heart problems. I take your points on all of that. My only disagreement being it cannot be solved only by singling out samosa and jalebi. That's my only point. We need a wider framework for that, and all junk food needs to be part of it. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks much, Dr. Sharma, for joining me.